Album Network welcomes you to the album release party from the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood. The Angelinos are out in full force tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to you. I'm DC Bob Coburn. Tonight's show is brought to you by Prudential Insurance, Carefree Sugarless Gum, and by 1-800-COLLECT. Use it every time you make a long-distance collect call. We're here to celebrate the brand new album from Yes called Talk, which will be in stores across the country this Tuesday, March 22nd. And as you can easily hear, we're here with over 300 Yes fans. And thousands more listening nationwide, all across America. People are tuned in right now. In just a moment, we'll introduce you to John Anderson, Tony Kaye, Trevor Rabin, Chris Squire, and Alan White. We'll also be playing songs from the new album Talk. We'll be announcing dates for the upcoming tour, and we'll be telling you five listeners how you can win a trip to see Yes in concert on Saturday night, June 11th at the Civic Center in Hartford, Connecticut. 5 people are going to get to go with a friend. Sometime you'll find out about that, so be listening. Get a pen and paper. We'll give you details a little bit later. We're celebrating the release of Talk with Yes at the Hard Rock Cafe in Los Angeles, and we'll be right back after this timeout on the Album Network. Back at the Hard Rock Cafe in Los Angeles, and we are having a party. It's the brand new album from Yes called Talk. I'm Bob Coburn, and I'd like to introduce the band to you right now. Joining us, Mr. John Anderson, Chris Squire, Trevor Rabin, Tony Kaye, and with a name that begins with W, the last name, always last, Mr. Alan White. Last in the alphabet and first in your heart, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the last album that Yes put together was about 3 years ago. That was Union, and you had 8 guys in the band. How did you arrive at this current lineup? Who would like to take this first one here?
That was an awful album.
This one's much better, isn't it, Trevor? Yeah.
We were the chosen few.
You went with the 90125 lineup. Any particular reason? It seems to be a good incarnation for this band.
Expedient.
You know, and there are 3 founding members with us here right now. John and Chris and Tony are founding members. Now, Alan, how long have you been in the band?
72, July.
Since 72, so you've been in there for 22 years.
Yes.
You're still the new kid on the block, Trevor.
Yes.
What is it, 12 years for you now? Something like that?
Don't call him that.
I'm the oldest rookie in the business.
Rookie! We have a rookie here. Oh, man. Still very much the Yes sound on this album, but very different. Was it an intention for the band to try and break some new ground this time? Let me throw that to Trevor.
Well, yeah. When we decided we were going to do this, it was basically coming off an album that we all felt was a little tired, and although we enjoyed touring together because we enjoyed playing together, it was an opportunity to start something new and do something fresh, and we were all kind of ready for that. And step one was basically John and I got together down in San Clemente and had a lot of fun and thought, well, yeah, this can be fun. So we actually made it a fun project, and that, along with the process of pushing as far as possible the parameters of technology, which Yes has always been the kind of band to do, we pushed ahead and did what we think is, certainly from my point of view, the best thing I'm proudest of.
I think people will hear that tonight. I've listened to every Yes album ever made, and I think this is the best one that the band has done, in all honesty. I'd like to direct a question to John Anderson. I understand that you and Trevor wrote songs together simultaneously for the first time. I'm kind of surprised about that. Why hadn't you before, and what was the net result of doing it that way this time?
Is this live radio?
This is live radio, John.
Whoa! We're not birthing!
Live radio, live people, live band members. How come you and Trevor hadn't written together before?
I think we were just so busy traveling, touring, and enjoying making the music from 90125, Big Generator. And then we all went on our different ways for 3 or 4 years. And I said to Trevor, We were actually in Tokyo drinking a lot of sake.
Konnichiwa.
I said, Trev, let's do some writing together, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
So thanks to San Clemente, which is just down the road, and the beautiful beach, and it was wonderful. And
what was the biggest benefit of the two of you writing together as opposed to doing it separately?
It's a military installation, so there's a lot of a nuclear which got into our system.
You're irradiated.
There's a lot of UFOs down there, too.
Do you think you guys will continue to do it that way in the future? Or is this
I think the idea of writing together is always exciting because, you know, I can't do the song without Trevor and vice versa, so you work together like a team. And from there, you just expand it, you know, and bring the band in and really get going.
Many of the songs were... Go ahead, Trevor.
Well, I was going to say, I think the important thing as well is in previous albums, like 90125, where John came in near the end, you know, he kind of put his thing on top of something that was existing. And because he's so good, in my view, you know, he did it in an incredible way. But this time, what we wanted to do is start something that was really, you know, from the ground up together.
Now, a lot of these songs were written by John and Trevor and also by Chris. Chris, where do you fit into the situation here? What's your contribution songwriting-wise? Music, lyrics, both?
Sorry, Bob, what did you say?
No hidden meeting, Chris. We've known each other much too long for this type of thing. What's your contribution? Do you work mostly on lyrics, on music? Do you embellish what they've done?
Mainly bass guitar, actually, but but I've been known to write the odd song, the odd lyric, and the odd tune, and you know, like the Yes's motto in a way has always been, you know, you'll see perpetual change, and just to back up what Trevor said before, and I will say I'm extremely proud of Trevor for the work he's done in breaking the bounds of technology.
Yes, indeed. Oh, come on, it's for Trevor Rabin. You can do better than that. The first song we'd like to play, Radio has had for quite some time, and it's a majestic piece of music. It's called The Calling. I know what it says to me. Would one of you try and explain what you tried to get across with this particular song? John, I'll throw that to you.
Just the idea that we're going to tour the world with this song, and we're going to sing to so many people, and we just want to make it a great year and a great 2-year period for Yes fans all over the world, because there aren't many. Everywhere I go, they're Yes fans. It's just amazing.
It's a hard, tough time right now, and this song is very positive. It's filled with positive energy. We're going to play it for you right now. Brand new by Yes from the Talk album. This is The Calling on the Album Network. From the brand new album Talk by Yes, that's The Calling on the Album Network. I'm Bob Coburn. I have some tour dates to pass on for the band. The Yes tour begins in Binghamton, New York on June 2nd. That is Thursday. For those listening to WKGB in that area, June 3rd in Saratoga, New York, followed by a date June 4th in Portland, Maine for the listeners of WBLM. The band will be on Sunday, June 5th in Mansfield, Massachusetts at the Great Woods Auditorium or Amphitheater for the WBCN listeners, and then on to Canada for Yes. They'll be playing the 7th of June in Toronto, the 8th in Montreal, and the 9th in Quebec. We have cameras. We have a party. We have an album that you are going to really love tonight. And we'll be back with more music from Talk, plus information on how you could win one of 5 trips to see the band live in Hartford, Connecticut on June 11th when the Yes release party continues from the Hard Rock Cafe in Los Angeles on the Album Network. Well, all right then. Welcome back to the Hard Rock Cafe in Los Angeles. I'm Bob Coburn. We got a party going on. We're celebrating the brand new album by Yes called Talk, which will be out Tuesday, March 22nd. And we're here with John Anderson, Tony Kaye, Trevor Rabin, Chris Squire, and Alan White. I'm going to throw this one to Tony. Do you have plans on playing all of this new album in concert on the upcoming tour?
The entire album
is
going to be played on tour.
Absolutely everything that's on the record.
From beginning to end.
You were able to learn all that, remember it, huh?
All at the same time.
All at the same time. What about the old favorites, Tony? Will we get to hear those as well?
Yeah, we're going to be playing a lot of stuff from every album.
Now, Alan, the band has been known in the past for playing in the round. Do you have plans to do that this time, or is it a different configuration?
I think this time around we're going to have a normal rake kind of stage, and it's going to be fun though. It's going to be at the end, plug in, play.
I understand, Chris, that there might be some surprise elements in concert that might add a little mystery for people when they go that they could be listening for or looking for.
There may
well be.
There may be surprise elements, yeah.
There may be surprises Chris doesn't even know about. It's all a surprise to him. Was anything written on this album specifically to be played live?
Everything.
Everything, John.
That's what Yes is all about, because we started as a live group. It was never a good video group. It's a live, emotional event, and the whole album was written to the stage. That's the way it goes.
Now, what is the difference between writing a song without considering the stage and writing one thinking about being out there and being in front of people and performing and everything? Why don't you take that one there, Mr. Rabin?
It's yellow.
It's yellow, thank you.
Think loud.
Think loud.
Well,
right?
you know, sometimes when you're working towards something, you can't think about how you're going to produce this thing live. You have to deal with it after the event. You have to get the first stage right first, which is the album. But luckily, we've worked out how we're going to get it on stage. 'Cause there's a lot of elements to
deftly handled,
right.
Mr. Rabin. Deftly handled there. We're going to play a song called Real Love. This was written by Trevor, John, and Chris. And if either one of the three of you would try and set this up for those of us listening, many people have not heard this song before. What can you tell us about it before we listen to it?
It's a song that one should listen to late at night with headphones on and in a certain frame of mind.
Would that frame of mind be somewhat evident in this room tonight?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. We're going to listen to it right now. This is off the brand new album Talk by Yes. The song is Real Love on the Album Network. We're live and nationwide. We are talking about Talk tonight, the new CD from Yes. It will be in the stores next Tuesday. And the title of that song is Real Love. Some more concert dates for those of you around the country. On Saturday, June 11th, the Civic Center in Hartford for WHCN listeners. And, of course, 5 listeners tonight will be sent to Hartford for that concert. We'll tell you more in a moment. Sunday, June 12th, Buffalo, New York, for everybody listening to WGRF. Our Philadelphia listeners, 2 nights, the 14th and 15th of June for the MMR listeners there. And then it's not enough. It's never enough. Do we have 2 New York dates? That's not enough either, probably. Those listening to WNEW and WRCN. Thursday, June 16th in New York City. Saturday, June 18th in Jones Beach on Long Island. I'd like to throw a question to John Anderson about the harmonies in the band. I think when one thinks of Yes, one of the first things that comes to mind is the beautiful vocal harmonies. How are those arranged? This is a difficult thing for you to do.
I think, quite honestly, we were all in school choirs, so we just sing what we want to sing, and it just seems to blend naturally. But this album is really very, very strong, with Trevor and Chris arranging a lot of the vocal harmonies, and it's just one of those things. We all have different sounding voices, so it sounds very, very powerful.
Alan has the high
Astro
vocal.
I'm Astro.
He always does the
We call him the squeaky one.
yeah. Only dogs can hear Alan's vocal.
That's right, yeah. Thank you, Tony, for that one.
But I have to grab hard.
I want to ask a technological question. I should ask Trevor this one. Somebody told me something about a Macintosh you were working with and something called MOTU. What can you explain to us about that in layman's terms? Because none of us knows what it is, in all honesty. So.
Well, you know, for years we've been working on tape recorders, and there's been the argument with whether it's analog or digital and what sounds better. To me, that's not relevant, because analog is sounding so good right now, and digital is sounding the way it is. What's relevant is having the ability to manipulate things and to allow the creative process to work without being held like a noose to tape recorders, which work in a specific way.
In a more linear form, yeah.
In a linear form. With hard drives, you can grab things, and with regard to drum tracks, you can grab the best drum track and put it where you want. So you can really retain the spontaneity. And Mark of the Unicorn built a unit which I worked very closely with them developing, and built something which was appropriate for us to do this album on.
Well, it certainly has kept you on the cutting edge. John Anderson giving Trevor Rabin a big hand there. Let's give them all a big hand just for the heck of it.
Come on.
So, Trevor, for you, this is a blessing instead of a curse. Was it difficult to familiarize yourself with this and learn how to use this type of technology?
Well, it was a catch-22, because on the one hand, it had never been done before. So when things went wrong, there was no one to ask to fix it, because there was no one who knew how to fix it. But they were very gracious, and they were all up in Massachusetts, and the minute something went wrong, they'd send someone down so we could brainstorm. And we had a very good engineer, guy by the name of Mike J., who assisted me on the whole project, who was very involved in the technology of what went down. So
will this be
it made it a lot easier for me.
Will this be part of the future of Yes?
I think it'll be a future of the recording industry. I think tape recorders are on their way out.
Yeah! So for all of you who just bought a new tape deck, sorry, you're SOL. We'd like to play another new song. I'd like to get somebody to set us up. The song is called I Am Waiting. And I'll throw this to Trevor again. This song begins so warmly and invitingly. What can you tell us about this particular song? What was the band trying to convey?
It was funny with this song, because John and I had been working on something else. And he came to the house one night, and I said, John, I've been working on something which, I don't know, it's got a great feel to it. I don't know what it is or where it's going. And he listened to it, and he just loved it. And he sang it that night. He heard it once, and he sang a whole melody. And I thought it was as if he'd heard it, for years before. Do you remember that? And
it's great when that happens, because it's real pure music, because you're not thinking about it.
It comes from the heart. It's not translated through the brain. Yeah, it comes from the emotional part.
It's definitely one of my favorite songs.
There's something about it, and those of you listening in your car right now or at home, if you have a private moment, even those of you here in the large crowd, let's hear the large crowd. Come on. Just listen to the beginning of this song and listen to how it envelops you and just kind of draws you into this piece of music. From the brand new album Talk by Yes, I Am Waiting on the Album Network. What do you think? I told you it was a compelling song. I Am Waiting from Talk, the brand new album by Yes. We're live at the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood, California. It's an old-fashioned Hollywood party here. Couple more tour dates for the band. Sunday, June 19th, Columbia, Maryland. On Tuesday, the 21st, Pittsburgh for the WDVE listeners. June 22nd, Cleveland for all you WNCX listeners. Yes, we'll be in Cincinnati for the WEBN fans on Thursday, June 23rd. And rounding out Ohio with a show in Columbus on Friday, the 24th for all you folks listening on WLVQ. Now, I have the contest information that I'm going to pass on to you right now in honor of tonight's party for the new album, Yes, the new album Talk by Yes. Victory Music, PLG, and the Album Network are giving away 5 trips to see Yes in Hartford, Connecticut, Saturday night, June 11th. What do you think of that, huh? Each grand prize winner will win round-trip airfare for 2, hotel accommodations, ground transportation. That means you'll have to walk wherever you go. No, we'll provide transportation for you to and from the airport, and a pair of tickets to see the band at the Hartford Civic Center on June 11th. Now, to enter, all you have to do is send a postcard with your name, address, age, and telephone numbers, and the station you're listening on right now, and send it to Yes Talk, care of the Album Network, P.O. Box 10655, Burbank, California, 91510. Once again, the address, Yes Talk, care of the Album Network, P.O. Box 10655, Burbank, California, 91510. Got to have the entry by Friday, April 8th to be eligible. Grand prize winner has to be at least 18 years of age or older. There is no purchase necessary. The winners' names will be picked at random. All these prizes are courtesy of Victory Music and the Polygram Label Group. Thanks to them. We'll be back with more of the Yes album release party from the Hard Rock Cafe and Group. Thanks to them. We'll be back with more of the Yes album release party from the Hard Rock Cafe in Los Angeles after this time out on the Album Network. Welcome back to the Hard Rock Cafe in Los Angeles, California. I'm Bob Coburn, along with John Anderson, Tony Kaye, Trevor Rabin, Chris Squire, and Alan White of Yes, along with a couple of hundred of Yes fans that you might hear. And thousands more listening nationwide, all across this country. People are listening to this broadcast because they're Yes fans, and they're hearing this on the radio, many of them for the very first time. I should mention that the album cover has artwork by Peter Max, and very nicely done, too. How did Peter get involved in this? Let's hear it for Peter. All right, everybody, what the heck? Yeah. You got to admit the guy's got a great name, Peter Max.
He's a big fan of the band, you know. He gave us the logo. He sent it in for free. I can't believe it.
You're kidding?
Yeah.
So why not?
He's a big fan, you know.
Well, that's great. That works out wonderfully.
People all over the world on different levels, they really love what we've been doing over the years. And he just sent us a logo and said, please, would you use it? And we said, yeah, maybe.
Let's check our agenda. We might be able to fit it in, yeah.
Yeah, no, Peter's a great guy.
He seems to be back in the spotlight a bit, too, with some of his artwork.
He's a great artist. He really is.
This is a difficult question, and probably nobody wants to handle this one, but I got to ask this question because it's important to me and many other people. Spirituality, soulfulness, and healing are a big part of this band. How do you convey these type of feelings without sounding contrite or preachy? I am the eyes for the audience. Every band member is pointing at another band member right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Tequila.
Okay. Tequila, that's it.
No, I think there's always been a sense of togetherness in the band throughout many years.
Now,
Stop touching my knee.
Now,
No, seriously, we've all been a part of this kind of machine called Yes through the ages. And I think it's culminated in this great album that we just made, and I think it's one of the best things we've ever done also.
I think it probably is the best record you've done, in all honesty. Really and truly. And as you listen to it more and more, you will enjoy it more and more. Somebody once told me it's all right to preach as long as they don't see the pulpit, and you guys have managed to do that and do it in a positive sense, in a kind of a heal yourself and heal the world, and let's make this a better damn place. And we thank you for that. Was this a fun record to make? Chris, was this a fun record compared to previous efforts? You've been in the band since the beginning.
Yes, it was extremely enjoyable. Extremely enjoyable.
And what made it so? What made this record different and a fun process for a band that's made many, many albums over the years?
Well, I think that for me personally, I was very happy to see us moving into a new direction, technologically wise. And once again, I must say that it is the first album, stop throwing those cards around, Bob, that we did, that's been done without tape. And that, to me, has been most of the excitement, you know, involved in that theory.
Now, there are many musicians that still like to use tape because they think it has a kind of aggressive, scratchy type of feel. You don't seem to feel that way, do you, Trevor? You like the digital sound.
I think that's paranoia for change.
Paranoia for change, huh? Yeah. Just people kind of stuck in the old way, huh?
The greatest thing that's coming, really, we won't have speakers anymore. We'll have laser sound reproduction systems. Laser sound reproduction systems.
I want one now.
No speakers.
No speakers. I love it. Where can I buy this, huh? We're going to play a song now. This is called State of Play. This is a very aggressive song. Alan, give us a couple of words on State of Play, if you would, please. Mr. Alan White.
State of Play. I think this is the state of play right now, but it's one of the most challenging songs to play on the album, and I think live it's going to be tremendous. And you know, what can I say? I think the master did a great job here. Trevor did a wonderful job on the album, and I think when you see the stage show, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. You're going to love everything about it.
Now, Trevor wrote a lot of stuff. He sings, he plays guitar, he produced, he mixed, he engineered. Did he make sandwiches for you guys when you got hungry?
No, he's a terrible cook.
I'm a terrible cook, huh? We're going to play this for you right now, and I hope you don't mind here in the Hard Rock Cafe if we really crank this. This is called State of Play on the Album Network. It's just a state of play. I think that's what we're doing right now. Playing, having a little fun, a little party at the Hard Rock Cafe right now with all 5 members of Yes on the Album Network. Have some more tour dates that I'll pass on quickly to those of you nationwide. Saturday, June 25th, Yes, in Clarkston, Michigan, for Detroit listeners on WRIF. Sunday the 26th in Indianapolis, then into Moline, Illinois on the 28th. June 29th, St. Louis, and Friday, July 1st, Milwaukee, for those of you listening to The Laser. Again, the last song was called State of Play from Talk, the brand new CD by Yes. Yes is no longer a UK-based band. Let me throw this to Chris Squire. The band is based out of LA. How did that come about, and why did you choose to call LA your home? They like it here. Crowd likes that.
Yeah.
LA's the place.
We're a quite
not many people.
We like the movement of the earth.
Not many people know that. And people still ask me, well, how long are you over here for? But I've lived here since 87, and I think I'm one of the youngest in that way. Tony Kaye has
74,
been a
folks.
native of LA since
74!
That qualifies you as a native now, Tony. Yeah, that long. How about you, John? How long have you been living here?
2 days.
2 days. Yeah. Uh-oh, another rookie. We've got another rookie tonight. This album was recorded in the Jacaranda Room, I noticed on the album. Is that your private studio? Where is that studio? And named after a beautiful tree that grows here in L.A., yeah.
It's my house.
That's your house, the Jacaranda Room, huh? Sounds like you get maid service there, too. You have the home studio then, huh?
Yeah, we have a home studio there, and it's convenient for us to create without having to worry about peripheral things.
Now, I talked to another band where one of the members had a home studio, and he said it was convenient for everyone, and everybody else said, yeah, well, for him. How do the rest of you guys feel about that? It's convenient for you, Chris? Or?
I used to have a home studio in my house in England, and in fact, it's the other way around. After a while, it's more convenient for the other guys than the guy who owns it.
Because everybody's coming over all the time.
Well, you end up
right?
making tea for everyone.
We're going to play another song right now. This was written by Trevor and John and Roger Hodgson. And John, I'd like to ask you how ex-Supertramp member Roger Hodgson got involved in the writing of the song Walls. You don't know the answer to that,
Yes,
huh?
I do.
Yes, you do. Yes, he
The
does.
microphone wasn't working.
Ah, that's it. Well, we got it working now.
1,
Yes,
2,
we're
1,
live.
2.
We're on.
No, it's a song that Trevor and Roger had been writing, and I got involved and enjoyed writing with them on the song, and it just seemed to flow into the album. You know, it's like an album sometimes takes a life of its own.
Yes,
and
indeed.
you know, things come from different angles, you know, and it's a very, very happy song, and hope you like it.
It's doing an album must be kind of like doing one of these radio shows. It's an organic process, and it takes on a life of its own, believe me. Trevor, are you good friends with Roger Hodgson?
Yeah, Roger and I have been friends for about 6 years, and creatively we're good friends, and creatively we get on really well, and it's just something. It's a song that automatically seemed to fit on the album once John had got involved, and there it is.
Well, this song really spoke to me, and I hope it will to you as well. The title of this is Walls from Talk, the brand new CD by Yes on the Album Network. Yes, indeed. That one is called Walls from the brand new album Talk by Yes. No doubt that is Yes, but that is Yes 1994, don't you think? For those of you listening nationwide, we have some more tour dates we'd love to pass on to you. Yes, in concert on July 2nd in Chicago, Sunday, July 3rd in Minneapolis, then on July 4th in Kansas City. Lucky dogs, huh? Wednesday, July 6th in Denver, and on Tuesday, July 7th in Salt Lake City. Stay tuned. Don't you go anywhere. We got more coming up here of the Yes record release party live from the Hard Rock Cafe after this quick time out on the Album Network. Hey there, everybody. I'm Bob Coburn, welcoming you back to the Hard Rock Cafe in Los Angeles, California. We got a party going on here in celebration of the brand new album from Yes called Talk. The band is here. John Anderson, Tony Kaye, Trevor Rabin, Chris Squire, and Alan White. A couple of more tour dates quickly. Let's have a big hand for the band, first of all, for a great record that we've heard so far, and for them being here tonight in full force to back it up. Yeah. Yes, John.
I'm going to say one thing. This is the beginning of the future.
There you go. Now, where have I heard that line? Some tour dates for the band. Salem, Oregon, July 9th. The 10th in Quincy, Washington. The July 11th. Vancouver, British Columbia. That's July 11th. On the 13th, Concord, California for the Bay Area. And then on Thursday, July 14th, my birthday, Sacramento. They'll be playing for those of you listening to 93 Rock. What we'd like to do now is involve some of the audience members who are here tonight. And I'm going to take my microphone off its stand here and hand it to this gentleman. First of all, what's your name and where are you from?
My name's Mark Sassy, and I'm from Fullerton, California.
And what would you like to ask the band members of Yes?
I just wanted to say that I've been listening to you guys a lot since the late 70s, and I have a lot of fond memories associated with the song Wondrous Stories, and I'd just like to know where the title came from.
Life is full of wondrous stories. Especially now. At this moment in time, here you are. Where are we from?
Fullerton, California.
Fullerton, California.
Here you are.
That's where Fender's made.
This is a big dream, right?
Yes.
It certainly is. Wondrous stories.
He's having one right now. This is a story he'll remember for quite some time. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, John.
And who do we have up next who would like to ask something for Yes? I believe a lovely lady behind me is next. And what's your name and where are you from?
My name's Jackie. I'm from North Hollywood.
And what would you like to ask the guys in the band, Jackie?
Well, I'd like to thank them for having this tonight because I'm getting married in 3 days.
All right.
So this is my wedding present. And I see Billy Sherwood in the back. Chris, are you still working with him?
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess you must work for him. Yeah, Billy is in the back here tonight. And I'm sure he'd be very happy for me to tell everyone that he's actually going to come on the road with us next time. And Billy, why don't you come forward here?
Terrific.
And he's going to be playing some guitar and keyboards and hi-hat and anything.
And many other things.
Let's hear it for Jackie, who's getting married. All right. Congratulations to you, and thanks for coming tonight.
Congratulations.
All right, Billy, on up to the microphone here. Who do we have now?
My name is Jay Morgan, and I'm from El Segundo.
What you got?
This is for Chris and Trevor. I was wondering, do you guys have any solo albums coming out anytime soon?
Chris and Trevor,
They're not
solo
listening.
albums. Do you have solo albums planned, either of you, Chris or Trevor?
Well, yes.
Well, to be totally serious for a minute, this collaboration has been so inspirational that I'm doing one tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. No. We've got a lot to do before we even start thinking about that stuff.
Okay,
But we will be doing it.
Good. Chris, you got to answer too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been planning one since I released my last one 20 years ago.
Fish out of water.
Well, he was supposed to do one, but he phoned in the night before and said he's not doing it.
No, I changed my...
Is that right?
Well, your last one was so great,
mean,
both of you.
So you can't rely
You
on
need
that.
another one.
Yeah, no, presumably before the end of the year, I will have something.
You're
There you
spilling
go.
your drink.
Thank you.
All right. And I believe we have one other person. Is that correct? What's your name and where are you from?
My name's Bo Gravino. I'm from Irvine, California.
You drove all the way up here from Irvine. Good for you. Good man. What's your question?
Well, my question isn't pertain to the new album, which I've loved everything I've heard tonight so far, but goes back to the original members due to because the progressive nature of your style and the fact that you're not you were always on the cutting edge, not really breaking any chart type hits. What was it like in the beginning? I mean, breaking your style of music into the public and industry people.
Well, Billy can answer that question.
It was very difficult.
I'd like to answer that.
In fact, we were the original alternative band, and
There's a lot of truth to that.
and I guess when we were first playing gigs and that, we were in the same genre as Black Sabbath and a lot of that heavy blues stuff, which was like very different from where we were coming from. So it was quite a long, hard struggle. It took us 3 albums, to get known, but we made it.
Now, in the early days, you did some cover songs, like Every Little Thing, the Beatles song, and America, which was a Paul Simon song.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that'll ever happen again, or is it all original material from here on out for Yes?
I don't know. I think maybe will we ever cover something?
You got a new one. Good.
Yeah, we're going to do Barbra Streisand hits.
Maybe we could get John to break into a chorus of people. I don't think so somehow. Yeah.
You never know.
You never know. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
We're going to cover La Traviata.
I think country could be in the offing too.
Uh-oh, look out. Long songs are a tradition for Yes, and let me go to Tony or Chris or John for this. How did it come about that the long-form song became a part of this band?
Sorry?
John's in a playful
The
mood
idea
tonight.
is very, very simple. We are so used to fast food, fast energy, fast flicks, fast videos, fast songs. Isn't it good sometimes to sit back and get involved in something very true to our heart and soul, which is life is an incredible event, and we should sit back and take it easy and really enjoy it. So sometimes to hear a long piece of music can take you on a beautiful journey, and that's what we have always dreamed of doing. And throughout the career of the Yes, we've always done long pieces of music to take people on a journey, and especially on this album there is a piece of music that will take you on the real ultimate journey.
The name of that piece of music is Endless Dream. And before we play it, I'd like to pose one other question.
You're going to play it now?
In just a moment, yeah.
Don't play it. Don't play it.
Don't play it?
No.
Oh, we've got to play it.
But then nobody's going to listen to it.
Maybe in this setting, but there are thousands of people in their homes and their cars right now that can tune into this. Yes, millions. Tens of thousands. Hundreds of thousands.
Zillions.
Are the long-form songs...
Let me tell you. I'll tell you one thing. Now listen to me now.
Okay, everybody quiet here.
Listen, shh.
John is speaking.
I gotta
Please
say one thing here, okay? We're listening to this. There's 100,000 out there listening to it.
Just in
There's
LA.
maybe a zillion people listening to it. But I'll tell you one thing. There's a lot of people and a lot of energies listening to this piece of music on other planetary systems, in other dimensions, and you better believe that.
I do believe it is time from the album Talk by Yes for the Endless Dream on the Album Network. Live from the Hard Rock Cafe in Los Angeles, California, we're talking about Talk, the new CD by Yes. Hey, it would not be a Yes album without an epic on there like that, don't you think? What a beautiful piece of music. Very, very nice. Some more concert dates for those of you listening in Reno for KOZZ, Friday, July 15th. Saturday, July 16th, Mountain View, California. You Southern Californians, listen up here. You Southern Californians, Sunday, July 17th, San Bernardino. Tuesday, July 19th, Fresno. And then Thursday and Friday, July 21st and 22nd in Los Angeles. And if you want to go to San Diego to see the band, you can see them Tuesday, July 26th down in San Diego. The Yes album release party live from the Hard Rock Cafe in Los Angeles will continue in just a moment on the Album Network. Welcome back to the Album Network. We're talking about Talk with Yes. It's still early on the West Coast. This party's just getting started. What do you think, huh? Oh, baby. I'm going to pass on some quick tour dates and the contest information for you. More Yes concert dates on Wednesday, July 27th in Las Vegas. You'll find the band in Phoenix on July 28th. Big D back in Texas on the 30th for our Q102 listeners. In Houston, Sunday, July 31st. And on Tuesday, August 2nd in Austin, Texas. A couple of more dates quickly. Wednesday, August 3rd in Oklahoma City. Thursday the 4th in Clinton Country, Little Rock, Arkansas. Friday the 5th in Memphis, and Saturday in Huntsville, Alabama. If you did not catch the concert information or the contest information a moment ago, let me pass that on to you again here quickly. In honor of tonight's party for the new Yes album Talk, Victory Music, PLG, and the Album Network are giving away 5 trips to see Yes in Hartford, Connecticut on Saturday night, June 11th. Each grand prize winner will win round-trip airfare for 2, hotel accommodations, ground transportation to and from the airport, and a pair of tickets to see Yes at the Hartford Civic Center on June 11th. Now, all you got to do to enter, it's really pretty easy. Send a postcard with your name, address, age, phone numbers, and the station you're listening to right now. Send it to Yes Talk, care of the Album Network, P.O. Box 10655, Burbank, California 91510. Again, the address is Talk, care of the Album Network, P.O. Box 10655, Burbank, California 91510. Got to get the entry by Friday, April 8th to be eligible. Grand prize winner must be 18 years of age or older. I sound like a lawyer, don't I? This is unbelievable. This is a fine print here. No purchase necessary. Winners' names picked at random. All prizes are courtesy of Victory Music and the Polygram Label Group. We'll be back with more of Yes, the release party at the Hard Rock Cafe in Los Angeles after this last time out on the Album Network. Yes, indeed, we're back live at the Hard Rock Cafe in Los Angeles, California, celebrating the release of Talk with all 5 members of Yes. And I'm Bob Coburn. Glad to have you listening and glad to have you here with us tonight. How you doing, huh? All right, we're back on the air live, gentlemen. we're not... nice falsetto, Trevor. Pretty good falsetto there. That's where some of those harmonies come in, you know? Uh-oh, Chris and Trevor are hugging. No, Chris is mugging Trevor. Look out. Oh, man.
John, I know you're in the car listening.
They're just kind of soaking up the adoration here. Did Anderson blow out of here? Is that what he's done?
No, he's here somewhere.
Not exactly, no.
Slime puppy. Oh, man. Trevor, let me throw one at you. Trevor, quit mugging Chris over there. And now they're mugging for the camera. It's a giant mugging here at the Hard Rock.
He's full of...
All right, let's get a couple in before our time is up here. We're running out of time. We've got a lot of people that would like to hear more from the guys in Yes. I'll throw this one to Trevor. Do you think that this album helps realize the potential of this band? Is this getting close to as good a work as you guys can do?
Well, what I think...
Try the falsetto again.
I think we've pushed as far as we could go, and we're going to keep pushing.
Yeah, there you go. Chris Squire, how do you survive 25 years in this tough business and keep a band intact?
Because I am extremely tough.
That's it. All right. Yeah, let's hear it for the tough guy, Chris Squire. One for Tony. I noticed that you played a lot of the Hammond organ on this album. It never seems to go out of style, does it?
No, I love to play with my organ.
And God, I love being the straight man for all this stuff. It's one of those sounds, I think, that will be with us for a long, long time. And somebody handed me a card, and I'll throw this to Alan White. In the age of video and everybody jumping on video bandwagons, why is it we don't see more Yes videos? Is there an answer for that, Alan?
Because I basically think the music speaks for itself. You don't need video, but at the same time, it helps in certain cases. But I think with this band, never.
Actually, Victory won't pay for them.
Well, the reason we don't have videos is because Phil Carson won't pay for them.
A shot at Phil Carson, the manager, the guy from Victory Music.
We will be doing a special video of one of the tracks from the album very shortly.
And anyone in the band can handle this final question. You dedicated this album to a very large group of people. Would you please tell us who that is?
What was the question?
You dedicated this album to a very large group of people.
Everybody in this room.
Everybody in this room.
The
Yes fans.
The world.
You will see it on the CD. This album is dedicated to you from all 5 members of the band. The Yes Talk album party release was brought to you by Prudential Insurance, Carefree Sugarless Gum, and 1-800-COLLECT.